Hello everyone, I am AK and I help law firms use technology and AI tools that are secure, practical, and extremely easy to use. Today I want to show you all Notion. It is one place where a law firm can keep simple internal stuff like intake checklists, team tasks, meeting notes, and even firm-wide knowledge. If your firm has one process that feels extremely scattered right now, drop it in the comments. I can try to show you how I would organize it in Notion or point you to another tool that might be a better fit. All right, so let's get right into it. It is just $20 a month that gives you all of the cool AI features. And if you just want to get started and test things out, you could always just start with a $10 plan. Maybe you're a solo practitioner, maybe you're a small firm and you probably just want 1 or 2 seats. This is a great place to start for small teams. But I would highly recommend going to use the business plan because a lot of the cool AI features help you automate building some of those pages without you having to worry about manually drafting things. And imagine your entire team's workflows, tasks, and documentation living in one place that you can come in and ask questions to. I would treat Notion as that one tool that sort of keeps your entire team organized. So all of that for just $20 a month. Honestly, I've even seen teams use Notion for their case management and Notion for their lead management. So especially if you're a small team, it's super helpful for you to move to something like Notion, and it can save you hundreds of dollars in subscriptions every month. So what the tool actually looks like is something like this. When you start a new Notion account, you will almost certainly come into a page like this. It's just a teamspace home. It's a simple template that Notion gets you started off with, but I wouldn't worry about that. Honestly, I think that the best way to start is to just create a new page. So I can just show you a little bit about how Notion as a framework really works. And if you want to follow along with this video, I would recommend just creating a new page and starting with an empty page. This is how I like to see Notion almost always, right? Let's say I come up with an idea for a YouTube video, or I come up with an idea for one of the firms that we're working with, and I just want to draft my idea somewhere. This is how I start. I start with a completely blank page. Treat it as kind of like a Google Doc, but it's all within that one team ecosystem. So let's say I want to put a title to the page saying law firms, social media, marketing idea. And I just want to make a bulleted list of all of my ideas here. I can do that in an extremely simple way on Notion. And the way you create a bulleted list is simple, similar to a Word doc. You just put a hyphen and space and it starts creating that bulleted list. This is an extremely simple way to get started with Notion. Just use it as a way to document your ideas or thoughts. Maybe you have a checklist that you want to share with your team. Similar to a bulleted list, you could also create a new checklist. And the way to create something new in Notion is to either click on that plus button that you will see when you hover on a specific row, and then start typing checklist, or in Notion it's called a to-do list. Once you select it, it will automatically create this to-do list format where you can check and mark things off. So let's say I have idea 1, idea 2, and I want to mark them off, or share this as an example checklist with the team to also experiment with. It's a great way to get started with very rough, raw ideas. Just literally use it as a brain dump. And once you're done, you can always come in and organize things in a very clean way. You could add headings. So let's say I'm going to add a category heading and I want to add another category heading here. I can go in and change these category headings into a header. So here I'm going to choose header 3. So it gives it a little bit of a bold feel, and it categorizes and segregates it from the rest of the content above it. So a super clean, simple way to document your ideas and use it as a note-taking tool as well. That, I would say, is the most easy way to get started with Notion. However, Notion is an extremely powerful tool if you use it the right way. Let's say I want to take this up a notch and I want to create some kind of a Kanban view for all of these ideas that I have so that my team can come in and collaborate with me and track it. I am going to build that right at the bottom of this document just to give you a sense of how that works. So let's say I build a Kanban view. The way I do this is I create a database. And you can choose specific views in this database. I would choose a board view, which is basically what Notion calls a Kanban view. You see this view a lot in tools like a CRM, where you're managing a bunch of leads and you're trying to progress them from one stage to the other. That's very similar to how Notion treats their board. So I'm going to click on board view, and what it has done is it's created a new database. A database is basically a group of pages, and you add new pages within a database to start adding more and more content to that database. So let's say I have these ideas here that I want to transfer into this very organized, very visually organized Kanban view. I can just drag and drop it in here, and there you go. Let's just move things from a very simple, rough text format into this very clean and very organized Kanban view. And maybe I've finished a couple items in this second checklist that I created, and I want to move that into a done phase. I can just drag and move it right there, and it's moved into done. And I can move this one to the not started category, and now we have an extremely organized Kanban view. I can drag and move it from one place to the other, move it back and forth if I want. And this is a great way to start if you don't have a tool to organize some of your tasks in a very progressive manner. A lot of firms I work with also use this as a very simple way to get started with managing your leads. Right? You have a bunch of leads coming in from different locations, and you want all of your leads to go into one Notion Kanban view. That's a great way to organize it as well. Again, this is just the beginning of how you can use Notion. Now imagine if you took this and 10x'd it or 20x'd it, gave a specific folder or a page to every single team in your organization. That is where the teamspaces also come in. And it's super helpful if you want to categorize information between teams and not have them talk to one another if it's not needed. So let's say you have an intake team, you have a marketing team, you have a case management team, and maybe you have an admin team where you do administrative operations. So I created a new workspace for each of these teams. And the way you can do that is just clicking on new team space over here in this little 3-dot menu. And it's super easy to just create a new team space for every single team on your organization. And within that team space, you can create as many pages as you'd like. I use the word page a lot when I talk about Notion because Notion organizes itself in pages. So every single piece here that you see, every single item here is a page. If you click on it, it will open it up into this new page where you can write more details about this idea or about this lead or this point. So it's extremely useful to organize your thoughts, and it's like a waterfall visual where you go inside one page to document more details. Maybe those details have 5 other pages you want to add within them. So it's really easy to just go really deep into one specific page and just have it distributed across multiple pages even within it. So let's say you are trying to manage your intake team in Notion. You could have a lot of different types of leads that are coming in. Maybe you have a full service law firm, you do tax, you do immigration, you do personal injury. Let's say you have all your leads coming in from your family green card service in this database with all of these pages that are assigned to each and every single lead. And maybe you have another one for IRS, a tax resolution, and all of your leads are coming in here as well. Each lead has its own page. The best part is Notion also allows you to turn a database into a form. So you could basically create an extremely robust form with kind of like a Google form or a Lawmatics form or literally any form builder, right? Notion's just offered that option in line with the database. So I have this extremely in-depth form, an intake form that now I can share with my prospects. Maybe I'm marketing on social media. I can put it up on social media. And the most important thing here is when people start filling out these details, it will start populating in this table view in your database. And each of your leads will show up as a separate row. So it's super useful to just get all that data in, and then guess what? You can create a new view in that database for a board. And here, this is where you can start organizing all of those leads that come in, and you have ways in which you can organize it based on a specific category. So let's say here, by default, it's organized it based on each question. You could always customize that and choose how you group all of your columns in your board. All you need to do is add a new status column and use that so that it's very simple. It goes from not started to in progress to done, or whatever other stages you'd like to add. But the idea is that you can manage all of your leads all the way from providing them a form to fill out to collecting them in this table format. And your team can also manage it in this board view where they take one lead from one stage to the other. So all of that literally within one Notion document. You don't need 5 different tools to do this. You can just do it all in an extremely simple, intuitive way. That's just one of so many use cases you can use Notion for. And unfortunately, we're going to have to spend more than about 10 minutes or a little over 10 minutes that we've taken just to show you probably 2% of what Notion is capable of. Think email automations, think managing all of your different teams in different team spaces without having to use different tools for each team. Think going from one intake database to a case management database so you don't have to copy and paste all of the data going in from the sales phase to a case management phase. Everything is super automated in Notion and you can set it up however you'd like. And I haven't even gotten started with Notion AI. There's so much we can talk about. Imagine not having to build all of these boards manually and just asking AI to help you with it. There's so many cool features that Notion offers. And also, if you want access to this example Notion board, drop a note in the comment or give me or share your email. I'll probably ping you and you can share your email address with me and I can add you to this sample law firm Notion doc so you can come here and play around with it, and you don't have to worry about having to create a separate account or having to create one for your law firm. You can come here, play around with it, and use this as your canvas and then decide if it's the right tool for you. And I'm happy to geek out about Notion all day, every day. We use this for our own internal operations and external documentation. We have a lot of different use cases and ideas that we have used Notion for that otherwise most people would probably not realize it's capable of. And yeah, I think that's all that I have for y'all today. And feel free to drop a comment and I'll get back to y'all with giving you access. And thank you for watching.